All right, I'm here with offensive coordinator Byron Wade of Istrouma High School. Uh, Coach Wade, what do you got to say about our the big win against Bel Air this past week, especially against your former team?
It felt really good. This is our second game fully cocked. Having Frank Alexander at quarterback. Carmelo Day, he was a little banged up from the LB Landry game. But just being able to have all our weapons at the same time, I was very pleased. The first half, we scored on every drive. So we were 5 for 5, as well as driving and scoring, even though one of them came on a fake punt. The offensive line play has been up and down. We've been very inconsistent. But I think that's something that we identify that we need to make sure we got it tightened up moving forward. So
I know, obviously, having now an offer from Southeastern Kyrie Paul, what does he mean to the team so far?
Kyrie is more than the heartbeat of our team. He's our best player. And he makes it easy because he can hit a home run at any given time. Knowing that you have somebody that can turn your drive into a touchdown, it makes it easy. But it also helps us to get other players involved because we know defenses key on him so much that we can put him in positions that open it up for other guys. I love it. I love it.
And I know minus for the St. Michael game, y'all's offense has put up 20 points or more this whole season. So I mean, who do you have? Obviously, Kyrie's got to get credit for a lot of that, but who also on the offensive side of the field?
Jeremiah Coleman has stepped up tremendously. In the Terror game, he came up big. Kyrie didn't play in the Terror game. Jeremiah had over 150 rushing yards, and he also starts defense. So that speaks volumes to the type of player that he is. But Jacob Roberts, he's a little small, number 7. He's our utility guy. He can play receiver. He can play fullback. He can play tailback. And he's athletic. He understands the role that we need him to play, and he gives his best effort. I think the other guy would be Darian Simmons. From an offensive standpoint, he wants us to run behind him. He takes pride in being the best lineman and proving it. And thus far, he has done a great job of anchoring our offensive line. I think our weakness is also our offensive line because we've just been inconsistent with who's available each week, whether we have to discipline kids from an in-house standpoint. But again, you identify those things, and moving forward, we know what we need to tighten up on to make a run for a district championship, because that is the goal.
I know leading up to this game, it's homecoming week for Istrouma, and also coming up on the big 4 games left in the season. And if possible, this win this Friday, Coach Sid Edwards gets his 200th win as a head coach. What does it just mean to have Coach Sid as head coach?
I didn't play for Coach Sid, but in my playing days in high school, I played against him. And his reputation does not speak to the type of person he is. Coach Sid is a man filled with compassion. He doesn't have an ego that will allow him to treat somebody that's not beneficial to him different than somebody that is. And I think that's what stands out the most about him. I think just when you're a good person and you care about people and you are truly a serviceman and you view yourself as a missionary, I think you doing those things is the formula to get 200 wins. Coach Sid is running for mayor. I don't think people want to vote for him because he has the most political experience. I think what he's done for the community, the impact he's had on people's lives, saving kids, helping people get to higher learning. I mean, the list goes on. So when you talk about 200 wins, I'm glad as an assistant coach to be a part of his legacy. This will go down in history. They can never erase this, and from a coaching staff standpoint, we're all thankful for the opportunities that he's blessed us with. And Coach Sid is a guy that you want to protect him. I think everybody on the team at this school is willing to do any and everything possible for Coach Sid, and that just speaks volumes to the type of coach and person he is.
And finally, what are some of the expectations for this Broadmoor homecoming game at home?
Well, we want to put on a show for the fans. Anytime we have a home game, we really want to give our best performance. But I think this is a measuring stick for our peak. Have we peaked? Are we ready to peak? And are we ready to go on this end of the season stretch that will determine our playoff fate? If we can win these next 4 games, we put ourselves in position to be in the top 6, top 5 when it comes playoff time. If we do that, we put ourselves in position to have an easier road to get to a state championship, but also win one. So it's very important. This is a stepping stone. I'm not going to take Broadmoor lightly. They've overcame a lot of adversity, and they're hungry. We do have a target on our backs. We're a measuring stick for teams also because they feel like if we can compete and beat Istrouma, then, that speaks volumes to the type of team that they want to be and some of their goals. And then what do they have to lose? That's a scary game, a team that's still willing to come in and fight. When you schedule a team for homecoming, it is looked at to be disrespectful. So I expect Broadmoor to come out full-fledged. I mean, look at it. We beat Tara 22-8. They beat Tara 30-14, and the score was 30-0. So we definitely will not take them lightly. But our goal is to win a state championship. Broadmoor is in the way of that, so we're going to bring it Friday night.
Pleasure, Coach.
Thank you.